Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to share with you guys some of the action figure accessories that I found on AliExpress. This is the third time that I'm doing something like this. Previously I've made two AliExpress accessories video, and if you're interested in checking them out, links will be in the description. It looks like a lot of you guys enjoy this type of content, and so by popular demand I'm doing a new episode. Now, because I collect 1/12 scale or 6-inch action figures, I was searching for 1/12 scale accessories on AliExpress, but just a heads up for those of you who are doing the same or will do the same, you always need to check and make sure on those listings that you are getting the actual 1/12 version. But just keep in mind that even if you do that, you won't always get what you ordered. For some reason, those things can happen. I'm saying that because that's exactly what happened to me. So today, even though I aimed for 1/12 scale, you'll see that some accessories that I received are a bit bigger and some are smaller. Some are still for 1/12 scale, so that's good. I still wanted to make this video because first, there are some nice accessories here that maybe some of you will want to get, and secondly, I'm sure you have some 7-inch figures in your collection, so even if some of these accessories are a bit larger, they could work with those larger figures. I will also leave links for each item down in the description, but I have to say that maybe some of them won't be available anymore at the time when I post this video. These things on AliExpress can sell out fast. Okay, let's get started. Same as in my previous two accessory videos, we have our two Nota Studio Nota Man guys with us. These are some of the best action figure custom bodies that you can find on the market, and I strongly recommend them if you are looking for something like that. They are around 16 centimeters tall, ignore their heads. Those are just placeholders and represent Nota Studio mascot. They are removable. I have a review and a posing video for these two, and if you're interested, check them out. Links are also down in the description. The first accessory that I want to show you here are these alternate gloved hands. You get a bunch of them in this small bag, and we're gonna check out each of them. First, we have a pair of fisted hands, and you can see on the details that they are really nicely sculpted. I'm not sure from what brand these are. Maybe they're Mesco, but I'm not sure. In terms of sculpt, they do look really nice, sharp and clean, and these are the peg holes on the inside, and we're gonna try them out on a few different figures just to see which ones are compatible with these. You get a pair of gripping hands, a pair of trigger finger hands, a pair of relaxed hands, and then you get two type of gripping hands. It's like weapon holding hands, like a rifle holding hands. This one, which is more opened, and then this one that is more closed. And this can be used as a gripping hand, but it can also be used as a hand that is kind of like showing the money. And then this is the final pair of hands, another pair of like open hands. This one is like fingers are straight, like if you want to use these for like saluting or showing like stop. And this other one that can be used also for holding something. I like the variety of all of these. I like that we get all kinds of different positions of hands, a lot of different kinds of gestures, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. Now first, because we have these two guys here, I can try and see if these hands will fit these Nota Studios Nota Man figures, and I can tell you right away when you see the peg hole and the wrist peg that these will not be compatible unless of course you do some adjustments. You will need to drill the hole a little bit more to make it bigger so that it fits on this wrist. But that is fine because I didn't get these hands for these two guys. I actually got them for another custom body that I have, and it's this one here. This is a custom body called Figure Body Zero, and it's made by a company called V-Toys. There is also a review and a posing video for this guy on the channel, and the link is in the description. As you can see, I'm building my like a custom version of Punisher, and so I wanted a more masculine body like this one, and these pants and the shirt are also custom accessories that I got from AliExpress. The boots came with the figure, and I also do have a coat, like a long jacket to put on this guy, also custom made and bought on AliExpress, but I showed that in my previous accessory video, so you can check it out there. But for now, we're gonna try and see if these hands fit on the wrists of this guy, and this wrist peg is definitely different than the ones on Nota Man, so let's see if this will work. It looks like this fits perfectly. You can have this guy like saluting, you know. If you guys remember, if you watched my previous previous accessory video, I already got a set of gloved hands from AliExpress that I wanted to use for this figure, and unfortunately those did not fit his wrist joints. So I'm happy to see that these fit perfectly. And here is the other fisted hand. All of these have the same peg hole, so they will all fit perfectly on this guy. And that is something that I'm really excited about. I'm so glad that I finally was able to find 1/12 hands that will fit this guy. Next up, we have a case of accessories that are too small for 1/12 scale. The listing did say that it's 1/12 scale, but unfortunately they've sent me a smaller scale versions. As you can see, I mean, the sculpt is nice, the print as well, the paint, so no issues there, but unfortunately these are too small. And when I say too small, I really do mean too small. Because here is how one of the bottles look with your Marvel Legends movie Deadpool. But hey, if you have smaller figures, these could work perfectly with those. And then next we have a completely different situation in which I have here a mobile phone that came out to be too big for 1/12 scale. I would say that this is probably even big for 7-inch figure, so that's unfortunate. I did order 1/12 scale version. This is what I ended up getting. I could probably use this not as a phone but as a tablet. It's nothing special, it's a translucent piece of plastic. You get this nice print inside that imitates the screen with all of these apps, all of these icons. On the back side you get an Apple logo and camera lenses, so it's a nice accessory, but it's not 1/12 scale. But then going back to the accessory that is 1/12 scale, it is this pizza box that has a nice design, a nice pizza place print on it. And here is how the other side of the box looks and sides, but it's not an empty box. Inside we do have a sculpted 1/12 pizza, and this is how that looks. Nice paint, nice colors. You can see that there is difference in the shade of the crust. It is lighter down here, it's darker here on the side. And there are all of these things on the pizza. So if you are a TMNT collector, you probably already have few of these, but if you're not and you want something like this for your 1/12 collection, this is something that you can get, because this turned out to be a really good accessory. Next up, I have these two sets here. This is like bottles of milk and a plate with an egg on a piece of bread, a couple of cups, an egg, and a small spoon. And I got these from a local store, but the exact same things can be found on places like AliExpress. In fact, I'm sure that these come from China and our local stores sell them. We're gonna open them up and see how they look like, how they scale. First, here is the milk bottle, and you can see that it is fairly simple. It's a simple white piece of plastic with this print saying milk cosmetic, whatever that means. And to pair it with one of the hands that I previously showed you, you can see that this is much better scale than what we saw with those previous liquor bottles. So this will definitely work with your 6-inch action figures, and I'm pleased to see that. And then here is the plate, also a simple white piece of plastic. It looks good enough. Here is the piece of bread with an egg on it, and the bottom is kind of flat, but on the top you can see all of these texture holes that are nicely applied, and the egg also looks good. I feel like the bread is a bit too big for 6-inch scale, but as you can see, one of these hands does fit perfectly and does hold the bread. And then we have this small cup and an egg. You can insert the egg into the cup. You also get a small silver spoon, and this spoon is something that fascinates me the most out of all of these, because, well, first, it's a really small accessory, and then secondly, it's really nicely sculpted. The outline of the handle is sculpted with all of these small lines going all around. That looks beautiful. It is silver, it is shiny and reflective. I really appreciate that. It looks good. And of course, the egg does fit on the spoon. And it's crazy that this other hand, again, is compatible with this spoon, which is something that I did not plan. This is something that is happening by chance. I did not plan to use all of these accessories with these hands, and I bought them in different periods of last year, so I really didn't plan that. But it's good to see that they are compatible in case some of you guys want to get them and want to combine them. And then, of course, you can use the gripping hands or even these relaxed hands to hold the plate. Next up, I got these playing cards, and they do look fantastic. The print on them is nice. They are all connected to the paper. The outline of each card is curved out, so you just need to pop them out. And here is the back side of the cards. These two pieces are the boxes. You get two of them, the red one and the blue one, and it's a laid out paper, so you will need to fold them. Here is again how the box looks, spread like this, and to fold it you simply need to bend these sides, and this is how the box looks when it's folded. Here is the back, side, front, top and bottom, and we can remove one of the cards, but unfortunately I have to say that these cards are not 1/12 scale. They are too big, and that's unfortunate because I wanted to use them with my Mafex Joker or Mafex Gambit, and this is how it looks with Gambit. The card is definitely too big, and again I ordered 1/12 version, but this is what I end up getting. Next up, I got two custom 1/12 heads that I'm really excited about, and as you can see they say SHF. These are made for SH Figuarts 6-inch scale, and we're gonna look at them one by one, starting off with this one. This is an unmasked Ryan Reynolds Deadpool head. This is what is missing in all SH Figuarts Deadpool releases, so I've decided to get a custom one. I still need to paint it, but I'm glad I got it because the sculpt looks fantastic. I mean, look at this. The likeness is definitely there. Here is how it looks from the side and from the back. All of these wrinkles and the texture of the skin, all of these small wrinkles and lines that are sculpted in. The face looks beautiful, like a topographical map of Utah, right? I love the way that this turned out. I am looking forward to see how will this look on my Deadpool 2 SH Figuarts Deadpool. So let's check it out. Now this head doesn't have any connection. It's hollow inside, so I will probably need to do some adjustments, but here is how it looks on the body. It sits well on the neck. Yeah, I think that this works. To be completely honest, it should be just slightly bigger for this body. I think that this is still a pass for me. I love the way that this looks, even unpainted like this. This is exactly what we are missing from all SHF releases. It's a shame that we didn't get unmasked alternate heads for Deadpool or Wolverine. We didn't get that even with Marvel Legends. I don't remember that Hasbro ever made an unmasked Ryan Reynolds head for movie Deadpool. But customizers are here to save the day, and again, as I said, even though it should be a bit bigger, this could still work. And then we have the other head, and this one is a custom Wolverine head. And as you can see, this also looks fantastic. Same as with Deadpool, I will need to paint this one myself, but the sculpt is fantastic. Made for SH Figuarts scale, at least it should be, that's what the listing said. So we're gonna try this on the new Deadpool and Wolverine from Figuarts that unfortunately didn't come with an unmasked Logan head. So I will probably need to track down some of these customizers on AliExpress and see if some of them are making unmasked Hugh Jackman Logan head. Unfortunately, this does not work. As you can see, it sits too high on the neck and it's obviously too small for the body. It sits too high because the hole can't go on the neck because the neck is too thick. That is unfortunate because I thought that this will work. But we can try this head on few other Wolverine figures. I also wanted to see how will this head look on the CT Toys brown suit Wolverine. It sits a bit better on the neck, but again, it looks like it's too small for the body. And just because I have it here, we can do the same for CT Toys Tiger Stripe Wolverine. It will be the same thing because these two bodies are really similar, so yeah. And here is how it looks in comparison with a few other Wolverine figures. We have the X-Force Mafex one, we have Marvel Legends X-Men 97, and Revoltech AliExpress bootleg. And yeah, it's definitely too small for Marvel Legends body. Same goes for Mafex body, and then here it is on Revoltech KO Wolverine body. In terms of proportions, in terms of size, this looks much better. Because I'm thinking of using this body for customizing, it's a cheap bootleg, so even if I mess up anything, it won't be that terrible, you know, so yeah. If you saw this listing on AliExpress and you were wondering if this will fit in your collection, now you know that this head, even though it looks fantastic, is too small, even for a smaller scale like the SH Figuarts. Moving forward, I got another one of these wooden chairs for 1/12 scale. I already showed you this chair in my previous accessories video, so I don't want to repeat myself. I saw this in a local store. I'm satisfied with the first one that I have, and now I have two. So these will give me even more options for my posing videos. And then next we have this beach chair that I got from the same store. But again, all of these can be found on AliExpress. So I'll try to find them on AliExpress, and I'll leave links in the description as well. As you can see, this one was only €1, so really cheap. And here is how that looks. Resting like this on a beach, for example, wanting to get a tan. Next, I have this custom 1/12 General Grievous cape. That is obviously a soft goods cape, but it has this nice print on the back, which is something that I think that we didn't get even in the Black Series line. And this is how it looks from the front. It is made out of two pieces of fabric, the red one and the black one, that are stitched together. But it's such a nice fabric. It has a premium feel to it. And the way to connect it, you can see the connection right here. And I got this because I do have the Bandai model kit General Grievous, the best Grievous that you can get in 1/12 scale. I'm still hoping that Mafex or Figure Arts will make their version, but Bandai model kit is a fantastic kit. And now let's take a look. How will this cape look on the figure? And as you can see, this fits perfectly for this model kit. It's the perfect length, and it looks like it's really custom made for this Bandai version. Here is how it looks from the side and from the back. And I tucked it underneath this collar and then just simply connected it. This works perfectly, and it will stay like this on my Bandai model kit Grievous. Moving forward to some larger items, I found this barrel that is probably not 1/12 scale, but it can still fit in that scale because there are all kinds of barrel sizes, right? I got this for my posing video because I wanted some kind of interesting item to use as a platform on which a figure can stand, sit, jump over it, or simply lean on it. This one looked good to me. The sculpt looked really good, and it turned out to be good. There is some nice wash in it, so all of these lines that are sculpted are nicely visible. It doesn't feel too plasticky. The imitation of wood is nice, and so is the imitation of these metallic loops that go all around the barrel. They look nice, shiny, and reflective. There is the top of it, and then the bottom. So yeah, this looks pretty good, even though it's larger probably than it should be for 1/12 scale, but this can still work. And then next, I have this metallic black wired stand for 6-inch action figures. You probably already saw me using this in some of my posing videos. It comes disassembled like this in a plastic bag. You get the instructions inside. Here is the back of the bag, and you can see that they have two versions, the fully black version and then the black one with a translucent head, but I went with the fully black one, and it's less noticeable than the Mafex stands that I usually used. So you have to assemble it, but when you do, this is what you will get. You can connect it wherever you want, like here, 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 and so forth, or in the middle, which is exactly what I did, because I feel like that has the best balance. It has a wired arm that you can bend however you want, and then this clamp on the top that is also nice and sturdy. I've been using this stand for a while now, and I have to say that I am really satisfied with it, and I do recommend it if this is something that you are after. Next up, I got this bike that should be for 1/12 scale, and it's like a Harley Davidson knockoff, and as you can see, it says diecast scale, and there is some weight to this packaging. Let's open it up. It comes in a plastic tray, and here is the bike out of the box. The sculpt is really nice. I don't see any major paint issues or even imperfections in plastic. All of this is really nicely done. It looks like the batteries are going in. Is it possible that this thing lights up? I think that it does here in front. Don't have any batteries to check that at the moment, but this definitely looks like a battery compartment. So yeah, you have that feature as well. But again, everything looks really nice. You can see here it says Harley Davidson knockoff. The handle with the front wheel swivels, goes side to side. So that will give you some posing options. The wheels, they do rotate, both of them. Here is how it looks from the back, and then here is the other side. This leg here swivels, so you can put it down like this, and this will hold the bike so that it can stand up on its own. There we go. It stands, it holds the weight, and as you can see it, in comparison with these figures, it probably is smaller than it should be, but what I have in mind and the reason why I got this is because I wanted to use it with my Revoltech Winter Soldier KO that I have and that I reviewed. You can check it out, it's on the channel. Amazing Yamaguchi KOs do tend to scale a bit smaller, so let's see how will that look. And here is how that looks. And yeah, I mean, the bike still looks like it could be a bit bigger, but I think that this is still passable. You guys let me know, do you feel like this is passable or not? And then I have another big item here, which is this 1/12 horse. And I don't know what version this is, what company made it, is it Figma or something like that. I feel like this is the horse from Legend of Zelda video game. I saw this listing on AliExpress and they have few different color options, but I went with this one. The sculpt is beautiful, but the paint is kind of basic. There is not much shading here, so it looks kind of plasticky, but the overall proportions and sculpt look really nice. Here is how the head looks, and you get this strap here, and then the hair looks really plasticky and toyish. You get the saddle, and the saddle is removable, and you can adjust these pieces for placing the feet, the muscles sculpted and everything. There is a peg hole here because he does come with a stand. Here is the tail, and you can see that it's articulated. This horse has a really nice articulation. The head can move all the way up like this and down like this, but then the neck also can move down and up. You get some side to side tilt, a rotation in the neck and in the head a little bit. You have joints here, so the front legs go out this much, and back you get a little bit of tilt, a little bit of rotation. One joint here, so the leg bends this much, and then the other joint down in the foot, and so together you will get this bend, which looks pretty good. And then for the back legs, there is a joint here that articulates. The leg can go up this much and then back. It kicks all the way. You do get a little bit of swivel, and then the joint here that moves forward this much, and then again another joint down here. So that looks really good. And as we already saw, we have a tail that is on a swivel, and you can tilt it up and down, and we have another peg hole here, so you can connect the stand there as well. And speaking of the stand, this is how that looks. You need to assemble it yourself. You get few different types of connectors. The base to me resembles to what we usually get with Mafex figures. So I don't know if this is some kind of Mafex knockoff stand, but it looks good. And just for example, here is how Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech 2.0 Deadpool knockoff looks on the horse. And I feel like this scale works perfectly. As you can see, he can sit perfectly in that saddle, and his feet can go inside of this loop. So to me, this works perfectly. And then the final thing that I have here that I want to show you is this basketball hoop that is made by McFarlane Toys. And it's an official NBA product, and it comes with the backboard, the construction for the backboard, even a camera and a piece of the court that serves as a stand. Here is how the back of the packaging looks. You can see how the whole hoop looks when it's assembled. McFarlane Toys logo, and this was actually made back in 2005. And it's great that here they even have like Western and Eastern Conference and divisions. I was looking for 1/12 basketball hoop because I wanted to have it for my Mafex Jordan that I have. From my understanding, this is a bit larger than 1/12 scale. This is probably for 7-inch figures because it's McFarlane Toys. But I want to finally open this up, so let's do that. And so here is how that looks. And as I thought, this McFarlane Toys basketball hoop is slightly bigger, but with the close-up shots like this could still work. I'll have to think and see where I will put this on my display, but seeing it like this, I'm satisfied with how this looks. That was my look at some of the 1/12-ish accessories that you can find on AliExpress. Even though some of them are a bit larger than I wanted, I think that I can still fit it with some of my other larger figures. But you saw all of these items and you've heard my thoughts. Now I would love to hear yours. What do you think about these accessories? Are you interested in any of them? If you are, as I already said, I will leave links for them down in the video description. If some of them are no longer working, that means that the listing is gone. You will have to search yourself and maybe find something similar. As always, a huge shout out goes to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep making these videos. If anyone else can join and help, please do so, because everything earned goes into the channel's content. Patreon link is also in the description. Super thanks option is available for those who want to support the channel in that way. A lot of you guys want me to review all kinds of figures, so these are the ways you can help me to make that happen. Of course, you are still helping simply by watching and sharing my videos, so thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.